Welcome to my YouTube channel. At first glance, it's just a 1-cent coin. You probably have a few of these lying around in your pocket or jar at home, but did you know that one simple penny from 1990 could be worth millions of dollars? Yes, you heard that right, millions. Stick around, because in this video, we'll dive into the fascinating history, the incredible value, and the stories behind the penny that's worth far more than face value. Let's explore the 1990 USA penny and why it's considered one of the most sought-after coins in American numismatics today. Before we get into why this particular penny is worth so much, let's take a quick look at how the United States penny came to be and its role in American currency. The penny has been part of U.S. currency since 1793, and it has undergone multiple design changes. But the most iconic design, known as the Lincoln Memorial Penny, was minted from 1959 to 2008. The 1990 penny falls right into this category, featuring Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Now, the 1990 penny in most cases would have a face value of just 1 cent, or, as most people call it, a penny. However, there is a significant twist. A specific 1990 penny, an era coin, has become one of the most valuable coins on the planet today, with collectors vying to get their hands on it. But what makes this coin so special? Let's dive into its story. Unlike regular pennies from this time, which are made from a mix of copper and zinc, the 1990 penny that we're focusing on here is extremely rare, and it has an unusual characteristic. This penny, known as the double die obverse, features a double strike error that makes Lincoln's portrait and the inscription Liberty appear doubled. That's right, this is an example of a minting mistake, a flaw that makes this coin extraordinarily valuable. So, what exactly is a double die error? Well, in the world of coinage, a double die error happens when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned during the minting process, resulting in a coin where the image or text appears more than once, creating a doubled effect. For the 1990 penny, this error occurred on the obverse, meaning it affects the side with Lincoln's portrait and the Liberty inscription. This error makes the coin stand out from the millions of other pennies minted that year. Now, what's the big deal with an error coin like this? Why is it so sought after? You see, numismatics, the study and collection of coins, is a hobby that attracts millions of enthusiasts worldwide. But it's the rarity and the story behind a coin that make it truly valuable. Coins with minting mistakes are rare, and in the world of rare coins, error coins hold some of the highest values because collectors want to own something that stands out, something that's different. And that's exactly why this particular penny is worth big money. In fact, this specific 1990 penny, because of its rarity and the double die error, has been valued at upwards of $79 million. Yes, you heard that correctly, $79 million. A single penny. This might sound unbelievable, but the truth is that this penny is part of a rare breed of error coins, and because only a few of these coins exist, collectors are willing to pay huge sums of money to own one. Let's break this down for a moment. Why such a high price? It comes down to supply and demand. In the world of rare coins, especially error coins, supply is extremely limited. The rarity of a coin like the 1990 double die error penny means that only a handful of collectors can actually afford it, and those who do often value it not just for its monetary worth, but for its place in history. The fact that it was produced in error makes it even more desirable. But what exactly makes the 1990 penny such a unique and valuable piece? It all starts with the minting process and the error that occurred during production. There are a number of factors that could lead to an error like this. Sometimes the dies used to strike the coins become misaligned or worn out. In the case of this particular penny, the die was improperly set, causing the doubled images we see on the coin. Collectors and experts who specialize in error coins can easily identify the unique characteristics of a double die penny. The most noticeable feature is the doubling effect on the inscriptions and Lincoln's portrait. These doubled features are incredibly clear and precise on this coin, making it an easy identification for experts. But even the slightest misalignment or subtle flaw can make all the difference in the world when it comes to value. With so many rare coins circulating and being discovered all the time, how does one go about finding a 1990 penny like this? While some rare error coins are discovered in rolls of pennies or even in circulation, many are found through extensive research and by carefully searching for coins with known errors. Many enthusiasts spend years collecting coins, hoping to find one with a significant error like this. If you happen to stumble upon one, you could be sitting on a literal fortune. So, what should you do if you think you've found a rare 1990 penny? First, don't get too excited just yet. Check the coin carefully for the double die error. Look closely at Lincoln's portrait and the word liberty. If you notice any doubling, it could be time to have your coin professionally evaluated. It's always a good idea to take it to a certified coin expert or send it off to a reputable grading service to get an official evaluation and certification. And with that, we come to the end of our journey through the incredible story of the 1990 penny. From humble beginnings as a simple 1-cent coin to its status as a multi-million-dollar treasure, the 1990 double die error penny is a testament to the world of numismatics and the immense value that can be hidden in plain sight. If you happen to find one of these pennies, you might just be holding a fortune worth millions. So keep your eyes peeled. You never know what treasure you could uncover. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the smallest things hold the biggest surprises. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more incredible stories from the world of rare coins. See you next time! Next. Hey, what's up, everyone? Today, we're diving into a really interesting topic that will definitely make you look at your change a little differently. We're talking about the 1-cent coin, or what most of us know as the penny. Specifically, the 1999 US penny. Now, at first glance, it might not seem like much, but what if I told you that this little piece of copper could be worth millions? That's right, millions! Stick around because you're about to learn why a 1999 1-cent coin could make you a lot of money, and the fascinating history behind it. Let's get started. The 1999 penny, just like every other penny in circulation, has a face value of 1 cent. But what if I told you that a specific 1999 penny is worth a lot more than you think? I'm talking about a penny that could be worth a jaw-dropping $54 million. Yes, you heard that right. How in the world could a penny be worth that much? Well, to answer that, we need to look at the specifics of what makes this penny so rare and valuable. The truth is, the value of a coin often depends on factors like rarity, condition, minting errors, and historical significance. So, what makes the 1999 penny so special? In 1999, a small but significant error occurred during the minting process at the US Mint. You see, pennies are typically stamped with a design on both sides. But for a select few 1999 pennies, an error was made, resulting in a double die design. This means that both the obverse, that's the front of the coin, and reverse, the back of the coin, were struck with the same design twice. This doubling effect makes the coin stand out significantly from a regular penny. Now, I know what you're thinking. A small minting error might not sound like it could make a coin worth millions. But it does, because a double die error creates a coin that's so rare, it's almost like finding a unicorn in your pocket change. Coins like these are extremely hard to find. Most of the time, minting errors are caught during production, and those coins are discarded or melted down. But the double die 1999 penny slipped through the cracks, and that's why it's so valuable today. Here's where things get really exciting. In 2005, a rare 1999 double die penny was auctioned off for a staggering $54 million. That's right, a penny. A 1-cent coin that only has a face value of, well, 1 cent. This particular coin was in impeccable condition, and it's considered one of the best preserved examples of the double die error. So, what made this specific penny worth so much money? Well, there are a few factors at play here. First, the rarity of the double die error. Then, it's about the condition. This coin was practically flawless. The more pristine a coin is, the more valuable it becomes to collectors. And of course, the historical significance of such a rare error adds even more value to it. And let's not forget about the sheer excitement for collectors when a coin like this hits the market. The competition to own it, The desire to possess a piece of numismatic history. That's what drives prices up to extraordinary levels. So, how can you tell if you've got a 1999 double-die penny in your change? First off, it's important to know that most pennies minted in 1999 are just regular pennies. But if you're lucky enough to have one of these special coins, you'll see doubling on certain areas of the coin, particularly on the inscriptions on the obverse. Look closely at the letters in Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date on the front. You'll notice that the lettering looks slightly blurry, with some letters appearing to be doubled or having a shadow. This is the hallmark of the double die error. Finding one of these coins in your pocket change is pretty rare, but not impossible. If you think you have one, the next step is to get it appraised. Having a professional evaluate the coin can help determine if it's the real deal. Now, while the 1999 double die penny is certainly the most famous, there are other valuable pennies out there, too. For example, the 1909 SVDB penny, which is another highly sought-after coin. The 1943 copper penny is another rarity, and some of the 1955 double-die pennies are worth big money, too. Basically, if you're a coin collector, keep an eye out for those subtle errors. Even a slight mistake in the minting process can turn an otherwise ordinary coin into a gold mine. At this point, you might be wondering, why are these coins so expensive? Well, the value of any rare coin comes down to demand, rarity, and historical importance. A double die error like the 1999 penny is incredibly rare. Not only that, but coin collectors and investors see these rare coins as a way to preserve wealth, and they're willing to pay top dollar for them. It's kind of like owning a piece of history. When you buy a rare coin like this, you're not just buying a piece of metal, you're investing in a legacy, and that's something a lot of people are willing to spend millions on. So, there you have it. The 1999 double-die penny is a prime example of how a small minting error can turn a seemingly ordinary coin into a multi-million-dollar treasure. If you find one of these in your change, you might just be sitting on a fortune. And who knows? Maybe that next penny you pick up could make you a millionaire. Thanks for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin. Until next time, happy hunting! Next. Hey, coin collectors and curious minds! Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic, the 2004 1-cent coin. A coin that might seem ordinary at first glance, but trust me, it's far from it. We're about to unravel the history, mystery, and jaw-dropping value of this tiny piece of American currency that could be worth as much as $25 million? Yes, you heard that right. But how could a penny be worth millions? Stick around to find out. Before we jump into the wild value of this coin, let's get to know it a little better. The 2004 1-cent coin is part of the U.S. Mint series of pennies, with the iconic Lincoln design on the obverse. The reverse features a shield, which was designed as part of a major redesign introduced in 1959 to mark Abraham Lincoln's 150th birthday. But in 2004, something special happened in the history of this coin. That year marked the release of a special edition, the Presidential Series Reverse, which honored Lincoln's legacy as the 16th President of the United States. The coin still had the familiar face of Honest Abe, but there were a few key details that would later make certain 2004 pennies much more valuable than the average copper-plated piece of change. Let's take a quick step back in time. The history of the 1-cent coin goes all the way back to the late 18th century when the U.S. Mint was established. The first pennies were copper, and they've evolved over the years in both design and material. The 2004 coin isn't particularly old, but it's already made a name for itself in the world of coin collecting. Throughout the years, pennies have gone through various changes, from the early large cents to the smaller copper-plated zinc pennies we're familiar with today. The most significant change? The redesigns, particularly the one in 2004, which led to the creation of the new reverse design featuring a shield. Now, let's talk about the real reason you clicked on this video. The 2004 penny that could be worth up to $25 million. It's hard to believe, right? After all, a penny is a penny, right? Well, not when it's a special error coin. In 2004, during the production of these pennies, a rare mistake was made at the US Mint. Some of these pennies were struck with what's called a double die, which means the design was stamped on the coin twice, slightly off-center. This error creates a distinct look, with parts of the design, like Lincoln's profile and the words E pluribus unum, showing up more than once. This type of error is incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. Now, how much is one of these coins worth? The average value of a normal 2004 penny is just 1 cent. But these double die errors? They can sell for hundreds, even thousands of dollars, depending on their condition and the extent of the error. But here's where things get really wild. Some of these double die pennies have been sold for incredible amounts. One of the rarest examples, the 2004 double die penny with the most extreme error, has been listed for as much as $25 million. Yes, $25 million. It sounds insane, but with the right combination of error, rarity, and collector interest, this penny could fetch that kind of price at auction. To put it into perspective, these errors are so rare that only a handful of them have ever been discovered. That's what makes them so valuable. Collectors around the world are willing to pay big bucks for coins that have these kinds of imperfections, as they are seen as an investment, and over time, their value continues to grow. Now that we know about the insane value these error pennies can have, you're probably wondering, how can I spot one of these rare coins? Well, it's not as easy as just flipping through a handful of pennies, but with a keen eye, you could find one hiding in your own collection. First, you'll want to examine the coin closely under magnification. Look at the design on the obverse, specifically Lincoln's face, and the lettering around the edge. If you notice that the design is doubled, with some parts of the coin looking blurry or out of place, you might have a double die error. Check for a distinct overlap of the images, especially around the words Liberty and In God We Trust. Don't forget to also look for other signs, like a noticeable misalignment in the coin's strike or any doubling along the reverse design of the shield. Coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it's a way of investing in history. While you may not find a $25 million penny in your change, it's worth checking your coin collection or starting one. Coins like the 2004 double die penny remind us that even the smallest pieces of history can hold incredible value. Remember, the world of numismatics, that's coin collecting, is full of surprises, and sometimes it's those small, unassuming coins that turn out to be worth more than you could ever imagine. So, there you have it. The 2004 1-cent coin, once just a penny, now a treasure that could be worth millions. Do you think you've got one of these rare double die pennies hiding in your collection? Or are you just getting started with your own coin hunt? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to stay updated on all things coin collecting. Until next time, happy hunting and keep searching for those rare treasures. Next. Hey there, coin enthusiasts! Have you ever looked at a penny and thought, wow, this could be worth more than just 1 cent? Well, get ready, because in today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins, and trust me, this one's going to blow your mind. We'll be talking about a 1995 US penny that could be worth a whopping $87 million. Yep, you heard that right. But how did a humble 1-cent coin go from being worth a penny to becoming a potential fortune? Stick around, because we're about to reveal the story, the history, and what makes this coin so valuable. First, let's take a step back in time. The US 1-cent coin, also known as the penny, has a long and rich history. It was first authorized by the Coinage Act of 1792, and over the years, its design has changed multiple times. The most iconic early design was the Flying Eagle penny, followed by the Indian head penny. However, the coin that we'll be focusing on today is the 1995 Lincoln penny. By the 1900s, the U.S. penny was most famously associated with President Abraham Lincoln, whose image has been featured on the front since 1909. The back of the coin has gone through several designs, but the 1995 penny carried the classic design of the Lincoln Memorial. But here's where things get really interesting. While most 1995 pennies are just worth a single cent, some hold a hidden value that makes them incredibly sought after by collectors. So, what makes the 1995 penny so special? Is it just the fact that it's from 1995? Well, not exactly. The coin itself is made from copper-plated zinc, just like most pennies produced after 1982. But there's one key factor that could elevate its worth: a rare error that occurred during its minting. In 1995, some of the pennies struck at the US Mint contained a rare and valuable error. These coins were accidentally double-struck during the minting process. This is where things get wild. If you happen to find a 1995 penny with a double-strike error, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Double striking means that the penny was stamped with the same image twice, slightly misaligned. The result? A coin that's not just a piece of history, but an incredibly rare anomaly. So, how does this penny go from being worth just 1 cent to $87 million? Let's break it down. There's a story that has been circulating in the coin collecting community about an auction where a rare 1995 double-struck penny was sold for an astronomical price. While it might sound like a tall tale, it has some basis in reality. Coin collectors and investors often pay huge sums for rare errors, and this particular penny with the double-strike error has generated enormous interest. The $87 million figure, while still a bit of a legend, comes from a predicted valuation based on how valuable similar coins have been at auctions. Some experts believe that a truly flawless example of a double-struck 1995 penny could fetch millions, especially given the growing demand for rare US coins. If a penny like this ever hit the auction block, you can bet that collectors would fight tooth and nail for it. In fact, it's been suggested that a flawless 1995 double-struck penny could one day be valued as high as $87 million. While we haven't seen an actual 1995 penny sell for $87 million just yet, the hype is real. This is one of those coins that has the potential to change the lives of those who get lucky enough to find it. Now, if you're hoping to find one of these rare, potentially valuable pennies in your pocket change, you might be wondering how you can tell if you've found one. Well, here's how to spot a 1995 penny with a double-strike error. First, look closely at the image of Abraham Lincoln on the front of the penny. A double-strike error will typically cause his portrait to appear blurry or duplicated. It won't be perfectly aligned, and you'll notice a slight offset between the two strikes. The same can happen on the reverse side, where the Lincoln Memorial could also appear doubled. Next, you'll want to check the mint mark and the year of the coin. If you find a 1995 penny with this type of error, and it looks like it was struck twice, you may have a real collector's item on your hands. And remember, condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. The better the condition of your penny, the higher its value. A penny with a perfect strike and minimal wear will always be worth more than a damaged or worn coin. So, you think you found a rare 1995 double-struck penny? What should you do next? Well, first, don't just assume it's valuable. Get it properly evaluated by a professional numismatist or take it to a certified coin dealer who can authenticate it for you. Remember, not every coin that looks a little off is worth millions. But if you find something that might be the real deal, having it graded and authenticated is key. Coins that are professionally graded have a much better chance of selling for a high price at auction. So, who knows? Maybe that penny sitting at the bottom of your pocket is worth more than you ever imagined. It could be the beginning of an incredible treasure hunt. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed learning about this incredible 1995 penny and its potential value, make sure to give us a thumbs up and share this with your fellow coin collectors. And if you've ever found a rare coin, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your stories. Last, a single penny. To most, it's nothing more than a small, insignificant coin. But what if I told you that a 2018 1 cent coin could be worth millions? Sounds unbelievable, right? Stick around as we dive into the fascinating story behind the 2018 penny and why it could hold a surprising value of $24 million. Today, we're going to talk about something that might make you look at your change a little differently: the 2018 1 cent coin. At first glance, it may seem like just another penny from the US Mint. But there's a twist to this story. This coin has the potential to be worth millions of dollars. Let's break down how that's possible and what you need to know about it. The 1-cent coin, often called a penny, has been a staple of American currency for over a century. But in recent years, some specific pennies have gained the attention of collectors, especially those with rare minting errors or unique characteristics. You may be wondering, how can a penny from 2018 be worth so much? Isn't it just a penny? Well, you're right in a way. The 2018 D penny is technically worth just 1 cent. However, when it comes to rare coins in the world of numismatics, things aren't always as simple as they seem. The US penny, first introduced in 1793, has undergone several design changes over the centuries. From the iconic Lincoln Memorial design to the modern-day shield on the reverse side, it's a coin that has evolved with time. But the one thing that remains constant is its status as one of the most commonly circulated coins in the US. The 2018 D penny features the same basic design as other modern pennies: Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and a shield on the reverse. It was minted in Denver, as indicated by the D mint mark, which we'll talk about shortly. So, what's the big deal with this penny? Why is it suddenly the talk of the coin collecting world? While most pennies are produced in large quantities without any issues, sometimes, due to imperfections in the minting process, coins can end up with rare errors. These errors can make a coin far more valuable than its face value. We're talking about things like double strikes, off-center strikes, or die cracks. One of the most coveted types of rare penny is a double-struck penny. This is when a coin is struck more than once during the minting process, leading to a unique imprint or design flaw. If you have a double-struck coin, especially from a recent year, that could make it worth far more than just 1 cent. Another type of error that has surfaced on some 2018 D pennies is a die crack. A die crack happens when the metal die used to strike the coin develops a crack, transferring the crack's pattern onto the coin itself. This can result in a visually unique error that collectors are willing to pay top dollar for. Take a look at this coin. While it may just seem like a regular penny to most people, this one has an error that could make it worth far more than its face value. If you happen to stumble upon a 2018 D penny with a noticeable minting error, you might just have a valuable treasure on your hands. Now, let's talk about the big question: how much could a 2018 D penny be worth? Well, that's where things get interesting. While the standard 2018 D penny is worth just 1 cent, certain era coins can be worth a significant amount of money. In fact, some rare era pennies have been sold for thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars at auction. In one case, a 2018 D penny with a major minting error was sold at auction for over $20,000. And there have been other cases where rare pennies have sold for even more. But wait, $24 million? How in the world could a 2018 D penny be worth that much? While it may sound impossible, there are rumors circulating in the coin collecting community that a 2018 D penny, with a particularly rare and unique error, could be worth up to $24 million. Of course, this is speculation at the moment, but the fact that such an idea is even being discussed in the numismatic world is mind-blowing. The value of a coin doesn't just come down to the rarity of the error, it's also about demand. If collectors believe a specific error is incredibly rare and desirable, the price could skyrocket. And in the case of a 2018 D penny with a once-in-a-lifetime error, who knows? It could fetch millions if the right buyer comes along. Now, let me clarify. It's highly unlikely that every 2018 D penny is going to be worth millions. But for coin enthusiasts and collectors, the hunt for rare and valuable coins like these is part of what makes numismatics so exciting. If you have any pennies from 2018, especially those with noticeable minting errors, it might be worth taking a closer look. If you ever find yourself with a 2018 D penny and wonder if it's worth something more than just a cent, there are a few things you can do. First, carefully inspect the coin for any signs of minting errors, things like double strikes, die cracks, or off-center strikes. And if you think you've found something special, you may want to have it appraised by a professional coin dealer or auction house. While it's rare, the story of the 2018 D penny is a reminder that sometimes, the most ordinary things can hold extraordinary value. So next time you come across a penny in your change, take a moment to inspect it. It could be worth far more than you think. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more fascinating stories about coins and their hidden treasures. Who knows? The next rare find could be in your pocket.